So across London, everyone's been getting ready for Christmas, including here at the Tower of London. Yes, just released, they have their Christmas decorations ready for 2022. So we're going in. The Tower of London is just one of those fantastic places just steeped in history. And this year, they're going with their decorations around the 12 days of Christmas theme. Hence the music. See? And on the 12th day of Christmas, the Tower shared with me 12 yeoman warders. The yeomans, also known as the Beefeaters, have been here guarding the tower since 1435 when they were established by Henry VII. Currently, there are 33 yeoman warders and their families living within the walls of the castle. And every year they have Christmas traditions at the Tower of London, from annual carol singing to raise money for charity, to wiffle ball matches, which is like baseball, against the US Embassy every Boxing Day. And next, the 11th day of Christmas, the Tower shared with me an 11th century fortress. Crowned in Westminster Abbey on Christmas Day, William the Conqueror built the White Tower as the Great Keep in the centre of London. Made of stone and standing at 90 feet tall, it was the tallest and strongest building in London at the time. When you look at the Tower of London, it's the White Tower, it's the main bit that you can see, it's this here. And something else that you can do is you can sponsor a stone at the Tower of London's iconic White Tower. Now, funnily enough, we've done that as London Visited. We paid £10 and it covers you for 10 years. But what happens is the money goes to the charity of the Tower of London. On the 10th day of Christmas, the Tower shared with me 10 shining shields. Now, Christmas is a time for family, and England's kings and queens have shown they belong to the same family through their coats of arms, a badge which showed to the people that they had the right to rule. And as new families married into the royal family, the badges used had also changed. What's interesting, you can see as you go through the ages how the shields have changed, and also how they belonged to a number of different monarchs within, including right up to date with King Charles III. So not only are we giving you Christmas decorations from the Tower of London, we're also giving you so much knowledge as well, and who knows when you might need it. The other incredible thing about coming to the Tower of London at Christmas time is it avoids all the normal school holidays, when it'll take you 2 or 3 hours to queue to get to see the Crown Jewels. In fact, I went and saw the Crown Jewels and I was in and out in 5 minutes. That quick! And on the 9th day of Christmas, the Tower shared with me 9 rowdy ravens. Now here you can see in the wreaths all the names of the different ravens. The kingdom should fall should 6 resident ravens leave the tower. Or so the legend says. The truth is that we don't know when the ravens first arrived at the tower, but since the time of Charles II, 6 ravens have always been within the walls of the mighty fortress. Today, we've got a few extra ravens at the tower, just to be on the safe side. The birds are looked after by one of the yeoman warders, also known as the Raven Master. And on the 8th day of Christmas, the tower shared with me the 8th Henry. Yes, Henry VIII celebrated Christmas in London with much nobleness and open court. Henry's Christmas festivities included roaring feasts, carol singing, dancing and attending daily prayer. Henry stayed at the tower many times and had the buildings refurbished for Anne Boleyn in 1533. We will see him again a little bit later. On the 7th day of Christmas, the tower shared with me 7 sovereign crowns. Golden crowns have been an important symbol of royal power for thousands of years. Over 2,800 diamonds glitter from the imperial state crown worn by the monarch at the end of the coronation ceremony and on important state occasions. The most sacred crown is the St Edward's crown, which is only worn at the moment of coronation. It's named after the 11th century king and saint, Edward the Confessor, and was made for the coronation of Charles II in 1661. Now, as you can see here, we've got the Christmas tree which is outside, which has got royal crowns sitting on it and also lots of jewels, and the crowns themselves are in the jewel house. But you cannot take any video or photography, and they're extremely strict on that, so we can't bring you any pictures. On the 6th day of Christmas, the tower shared with me 6 Tudor wives. Yes, we're back with Henry VIII. Now, Christmas is a time for pantomime, but nothing can beat the drama of King Henry VIII and his 6 wives. The wives are all remembered for their dramatic ends. Divorced, beheaded, died. Divorced, beheaded, survived. But today, we know them as women of courage, faith and intelligence. Each of the decorations of the skirts has been inspired by one of Henry's queens. And in order you've got Catherine of Aragon, Anne Boleyn, Jane Seymour, Anne of Cleves, Catherine Howard and Catherine Parr. This has just been so cleverly done. Right, really hope you're enjoying our Christmas celebrations from the Tower of London this year, and if you are, do us a favour, give us a big thumbs up to help spread this video more on YouTube to others so they can love London as well. And if you're not subscribed already and you're loving the London videos this Christmas, then I really suggest you subscribe, because we've got a video coming out every single day between now and Christmas Day. The Tower of London is just one of those amazing places to come, and when you stand here, your breath is just taken away by the fact you're standing there in the middle of history. Incredible. Right, let's go from 8 and 6 and to the 5th day of Christmas. And the Tower shared with me 5 gold coins. So gold coins were used to pay for Christmas treats. They were made in the Tower's mint for over 500 years. Making the coins with gold and silver was extremely hard work, as each coin was stamped with the face of the king or the queen, and in medieval times this was the only way people could see what their king or queen looked like. Obviously there was no TV, social media or even quick methods of printing. On the 4th day of Christmas, the Tower shared with me 4 boozy barrels. So since 1383, naval ships sailing up the River Thames have presented the Tower's constable with part of their cargo. This could be small barrels of wine or rum, and is one of the Tower's oldest traditions. Also, the Tower of London has got its own pub called the Keys, where the Tower community meet on Christmas Day to toast in the festive season. On the 3rd day of Christmas, the Tower shared with me 3 lordly lions. England's kings and queens received all kinds of wonderful gifts, and in 1235 the Holy Roman Emperor Frederick II sent 3 leopards to Henry III of England, a reference to the 3 lions on England's famous coat of arms. These lions being sent over inspired King Henry to start a zoo at the Tower, and over time the collection of animals grew to include a polar bear and also an African elephant. On the 2nd day of Christmas, the Tower shared with me 2 chapels royal. The Tower community celebrate Christmas and sing carols in the Tower of London's 2 chapels. The 2 chapels are the Chapel Royal of St John the Evangelist, built in 1080, and the Chapel Royal of St Peter ad Vincula, completed by Henry VIII in the 1500s. The chapel's role is to care for the spiritual well-being of the king, and a place of worship for the staff and also the residents of the Tower. As you can see, these chapels are right in the centre of the main part of the Tower of London. The 1st day of Christmas is coming up very shortly, but I thought why not have a quick look round and show you the whole sort of area within the middle part of the Tower of London. And also from within the middle you get fantastic views of Tower Bridge there as well. Here we've got the White Tower, which we've shown you from the other side. Then as you go round you've got the building which houses the Crown Jewels, which is in there. And then as you then go round you've got the 2 Chapel Royal. And also the great thing is, whilst you're in here you can walk around the Tower of London, you can walk around the battlement at the top, and also just walk through the cobbled streets and think as they were back in the 1500s. And finally, the 1st day of Christmas, the Tower shared with me a polar bear swimming in the Thames. So in amongst the snowy trees and the frosty snowflakes hides a majestic polar bear. This beautiful white bear was given as a gift to Henry III from King Haakon of Norway. Many of the animals kept at the Tower were not always in the best conditions. This Arctic bear was one of the luckier ones. It had a really long chain lead, which allowed it to swim in the River Thames and catch fish for supper. Can you imagine being anywhere near the Tower of London and all of a sudden an Arctic polar bear pops his head out of the Thames? Oh my word! So that was the Tower of London, 12 Days of Christmas. Which was your favourite day of Christmas? Let us know in the comments down below. Now, if you enjoyed that and you're loving Christmas this year in London, then we've got a fantastic video for you up in the top right hand corner. And it's of our visit to Kew Gardens and the Christmas lights and the celebration for Christmas 2022 over at Kew Gardens this year. So if you click on that up in the top right hand corner, I'll see you in there.